You're listening to the baddest show on the planet. Get your money right, get your game right, and everything in between. This is the Bad Hombre Podcast.
Stand up.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Jesus says, no one knows the day or the hour, right? And so to go against the will of God, to try and predict when he's coming back, is not his will. And so when I realized that, I really stopped caring for it, because if he comes at a time where I am alive or not, it doesn't change the fact that I should continue to seek him. And I think that a lot of people nowadays that are in that scathomania, sort of like frantic, 2025, 2020, whatever, is going to be the start of whatever. It's not helpful to you, because it's taken away from, number one, the assurance that you have in Christ Jesus, but it also takes away from the peace that he gives us. But yeah, I mean, what do I think? Well, we're definitely living in a interesting time. But if you look at history, this is not the first time that we've lived in a deprived world. You look at...
That's what I'm saying, like, everybody... The world hasn't ended, because we're still here.
The world hasn't ended.
So, but if you go any point in history, whether it's last year, 20 years, 100, 1,500 years ago, anybody will tell you it feels like the world is ending.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's part of our human nature, that every generation feels like God's going to come in their lifetime. And to be honest, I think that's a very selfish thing to believe, that out of the whole history of civilization and time, that it's in your lifetime that you get to see the second coming. I think it's more likely that it won't happen, because it's never happened yet. And I think people should continue on with their life, continue seeking God and their religion, but you can't be so manic about the end that that's all you do. And unfortunately, that's the one thing that gets views and likes. Because fear-mongering has been around forever.
It gets views and likes because, number one, it's very fascinating.
People want to believe. People like polarizing and controversial and negative. You put two videos, one of them, you can say you own the New York Times. You're doing A/B testing on the front headline. One says the end is near. One says we're nowhere near the end.
What gets more likes, or what gets more views?
What gets more bought? Which newspaper gets more copies sold? You said you write a book saying the same title, like the end is not coming. Here's why. Here's 10 reasons why the world is coming to an end. People will want to know. So I think it's in human nature to believe.
Is our human nature to want to know the future, right?
But it's also to want to be part of the end. It's like we want to be, in our generation, to be the end. It's almost like we want that. Like, I don't know. We fantasize about it. We will make great movies about the end of the world. There's tons of documentaries about the end of the world. It's such a taboo subject.
Yeah.
That it hits a different part of the brain that people love to seek for it. But I think for you to believe that in your lifetime the end is going to happen is a very, very selfish way of looking at it. To think that, oh my God, out of all the people you get to experience that, it's very unlikely. Maybe you're gonna die, your world is gonna end, but the whole world, our world as we know it, I don't think it's gonna end in our lifetime.
So dark, can't see a thing. I hear a song of the broken beat. Give me nickel, give me dime, give me dollar, I'll